sure I do. Put something on it. I sell ice in the winter. I sell fire in hell. I am a hustler, baby. I sell water to a well. I was born to get cake, move on and switch stage.
You don't know what you're doing.
Will not lose ever.
Yeah, so we've been trying to fine tune our sales process. So we're looking at everything that we feel like has been going wrong in the sales process, because it's a new process for us. And one of the things that we decided to do was make it really personal, right? So a lead comes in, we recorded a personalized video from the team thanking them for filling out our contact form, but they didn't book a call, right? So we sent them the text message. It's a video. It's introducing them to us, letting them know we're excited that they filled out our form, but we want to speak with them. So what I've done is I've gone through the list of all of these leads today and sent them this video, and we've gotten so far 100% out of the ones that I sent it to have responded to me in a short window, giving me a time for a call. So it shows that just one little tweak to make something personalized is proven more effective than anything we've been doing for the past 2 weeks. So here's another sales tip that I know most people don't do. What happens? Lead comes in, you call it, right? Then what's the person gonna do typically? You're gonna leave voicemail, right? Then you're gonna move on, correct? What I've also learned is a technique that works, because it just worked again. I told Jen, I said, watch this. So I called, let it get to voicemail, hang up, call right back. He answers. Oh, sorry, Oliver, it was Ryan. I was actually leaving you a voicemail and I got disconnected. Called you right back. Didn't expect to get you. Is now a good time? You know, and so we're learning too that call 2 to 3 times back to back immediately, and then if they answer, sorry, I was trying to leave you a voicemail, I kept getting disconnected, didn't think I'd get you, is now a good time to talk. Through that though, got a little bit of information on his company, and we got a call booked at 5 o'clock. So tip also for you today is, when you have a lead come in, call back to back. It's okay, all right? Don't think like, oh, they're gonna get annoyed with that. Well, just do it, because sometimes, you know, Jenna said, what made him answer the phone that time? Probably the back-to-back call, right? You know, you assume maybe it's somebody you know, or it's important because they're calling back-to-back. So don't be scared to be a little aggressive in a sales approach, okay? It works. It's all right. Yeah. We're going to show building our sales process. So what we're going to be reviewing in that video I'm going to drop is actually real behind the scenes, okay? This isn't me teaching a class or a course. You're going to see real behind the scenes of us developing our sales process. We're going to take you through the lead flow, to what our plan of action is on how we follow up with leads, all the way to our sales script, to our follow-up. So we're just going to open it up 100%, no gatekeeping, no buy this course and we'll show you this. We'll just show you what we're doing. We'll do some follow-up through our content that you're already watching and let you know how it's working, okay? So we'll share all of this. Hopefully it adds some value. The only thing we ask, okay? I don't need you to buy a course or click a link outside of the subscribe button. Hit the subscribe button. Follow us, subscribe to the YouTube, follow us on social media. That's all you gotta do. We'll share it all with you. Let's go. So, should I intro a little video here?
I thought this was gonna be casual.
It's casual, but it's also content. So basically what we've decided to do here, we're building our sales processes internally for us, as well as future people to come. But the past 3 to 4 weeks is the first time we've ever really had to create a sales process. And so we're building this off of issues that we've ran into, objections that we've had, obstacles that we've had.
Yep.
So this is going to be non-scripted, non-smooth flow. We're literally going to build this. So this is behind the scenes.
Because we're backwards. Normal businesses do this in the beginning. We never really had to, because it was just word of mouth and people just flocked.
Correct. So now trying to get to another level, and we have an influx of leads coming in, and this is something that we tell our clients all the time.
Yeah, make sure
we get you the leads, but you have to be able to close and have a sales process, right? What we're learning over the past 3 to 4 weeks is we're speaking to ourselves now, because we have a massive amount of leads coming in, but we're having to optimize so many things, because what we've learned is it's not just about how you sell a lead over the phone. It's how you contact that lead once they've applied. It's how you follow up with that lead, and then how you pursue that lead.
And how you make use of your time when you have them on the phone.
Correct. So now what we're going to do is we're going to try to make better time of our Our calls, because our objective is
to close them on the phone.
To close them on first call. Yep. Or at least get them to
We're taking them to third base on the first call.
Yeah. Or at least get them to a point where they
show real good interest.
Yeah, so we know, like, okay, we have a better chance of closing them by tomorrow. We're trying to eliminate the gaps of 1 and 2 weeks of back and forth.
Yep, because time is money.
Then, once we're done with that, we're actually going to run through and role play a sales call. So, So you're going to be a client, and I'm going to try to run you through my script to see how it flows. And then I'm going to be a client, and you're going to run me through based on your bullet points.
Yep.
And we're going to see how we flow with it.
Okay.
And then once we feel like it's mastered, then we just study it and master it to where it becomes
seamless.
Expectation. Yep. So we can't help them reach goals. We don't know how to gauge the return on investment.
Exactly.
We don't know how they're going to value us or how they're going to be able to even gauge how we're performing.
For them.
If they're not willing to talk about that, then there's no possible way that we can ever get into the nitty-gritty of anything. Right. So we want to be able to take these things that we typically would spend a week or 2 on to find out at the end and eliminate it in the first 5 minutes of the phone call.
After I kind of discover, build a connection, and then I set expectations for the call, they're ready to go, they're ready to talk, to give me their undivided attention. We want to make sure that we can provide the solution for them and, build trust by saying, hey, if we don't feel like we're the best fit, then we can point you in the right direction. And then I can start into saying, why now? Why because we're basically basing this off of a business that's already existing, right? This situation right here in this moment, not a new business.
Yeah, it could be new business too.
Right.
Why are you starting your business now?
Right. Why are you starting your business now, or why are you seeking these types of services for your existing business now?
It's got to be tailored, right? So
right.
They're trying to start, but they've been playing around with building their own website for
Waste
6
of
months,
time, right?
And it's not going anywhere.
Okay, so then we go into the pain points of the client.
Yeah, we're identifying those pain points. So already, right? We're already trying to find out. One pain point is they need marketing now.
Right.
That's a pain point. Why? Your business is slowed down or whatever the case is. Pain point number 1. Pain point number 2, they're at this financially, but they want to be at this financially.
Right. But they have to make a commitment in between to get from A to Z.
So that's also identifying a pain point, right? Now, what we want to do is
talk about the money.
Well, also ask them, not necessarily. The money's
the annual,
there,
yeah,
because that's their goal, right?
What their goals are.
Now we want to ask them too: are they able to handle
withstand
this? Okay,
right.
if you're at $500,000 now and you want to go to $1 million over the course of the next year, do you have the ability to even handle that type of increase in business? What is your sales process? What are you planning on doing to grow? Because that's a lot of growth. Are you ready to? Do you have the systems in place, right, to be able to handle that type of growth?
Okay. And then do I need to ask, after I ask like the annual revenue for, their business as a whole, like what the value of their customer is?
I think
because a lot of these are going to be home service businesses.
Well, yeah, because we need to know how many customers it's going to take to get to that goal, right? So, if it's the Rose, the average value of a customer is $200, right? So you're trying to add $500,000 a year in revenue. That's a lot of customers.
Right.
But we have a goal. Because then we can break it down. We can say 12 months, 400 customers, 400 divided by, each month is X amount of customers per month. So in order for us to get you that amount of customers, we need to generate this much in ad spend or whatever the case is.
Okay.
Where a roofing client, it could be $5,000 per customer. Okay. So that does help us understand. Same kind of like with a coffee shop. A coffee shop for us wouldn't make any sense, right? Their average price is probably $5. So for us to charge any type of package that's $1,000 or more, they'd have to sell fucking 600 cups of coffee to even pay their marketing bill.
Yeah. Okay.
So again, these are things we want to get from the next. Now we want to, after we know that they can handle it, I think we should find out their commitment. All right. Let's say we have a solution that can help you go from $500,000 to $1 million a year. We believe that we can help you bring in this many customers on average per month. With all of that being said, and you knowing that you can handle the back end for this type of business, on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you say is your commitment rate or level to accomplish this goal? And how soon are you looking to get started? This lets us know. Are they shopping around? are they just trying to find something out for 6 months from now? Or are they really looking to make a decision? Because again, we're building ourselves up to try to close that day, but not only that, do a better job at knowing who our customers are.
Right,
and
so we don't
screening
really
them
get into
so
like
that we
a pickle.
avoid issues that we've avoided. And this is relative to any business, really, because not all money is good money.
Yep. Okay.
You know, there's other things on here that I'll just let you read that you can just take and do your own thing. Now, we basically would want to get into past client results. Alex and Alyssa have put that together for us.
And is that something we text them while we're on the phone?
I think that we do like we said, and we pre-make the links, and we're emailing them that link.
Gotcha.
That before or while we're on the call with them. It's up to.
And the link
really.
is just going to go through resources that
Again,
represent us.
I personally think that we should make sure that they have enough time to review this stuff on a call. So that's where me and you or anyone setting an expectation of what this phone call is about from the beginning.
And if
we
they're
need
not
time, we need attention. We need your ability to look at stuff.
right, and if like say they didn't realize that, right? Because initially like the time that some of these people had booked, it was like a 15-minute gap, and we've determined that they clearly cannot do all of this in depth in 15 minutes. Is it still safe to choose for you to encourage for them to book another time, or do we want to just see how far we can take it in the time that they have and the attention that they have at that moment?
I think we can hit it in the confirmation. So when we're talking to them, like, because you got to think as soon as the lead comes in, I'm calling them right then
Right.
to book a call. Okay, well, call me tomorrow at 2. Then I need to be able to say, okay,
Perfect.
real quick, just
you
to
have
confirm,
time?
right? We want to make sure we don't want to waste time going back and forth, nor do you want to do that. So please be available to pull up an email via phone or computer during the duration of this call, because my goal for our call is to accomplish everything by the end of the call to know if this is going to be a good fit,
fit
for you or not.
Okay.
Because the last thing I want to do is have you jumping on
Right.
multiple calls.
Right.
And then same with a text. If they confirm an appointment, perfect. I'll put you in for 2 p.m. tomorrow. You know, I highly encourage you to make sure that you have access to email, because there's going to be things we're going to review on the call. If you don't feel like that, you know, I think those are red flags. Right?
Yeah, are you serious
I
or are
spoke
you
with
not?
a guy the other day, and he was like, man, come on, man, just tell me the price.
Yeah.
And should we even continue to talk to that? Because that's going to be that client that is a headache. So
And not all money's good money.
and I think that that's where these red flags are going to come up, right? If they're if they're not willing to discuss anything, then they're after it for the wrong reason.
Right. Maybe just seeing how cheap they can get something. Okay.
So yes,
we left
wanna
off
be
at
able
their-
to we want to be able to show them stuff on the call.
On the call. Agreed.
Past client results. I think we make 2 separate sectors. One is more of results driven, and then business in a box can be logos and websites that we've designed.
Examples of work.
Yep, just
Okay.
to show them some reviews.
Okay.
I think that'll help us, because again, we're building a case to close on the call. Then we need to go through our pricing, and we'll discuss our own pricing on incentives and kind of establish what is the value of a package. I think we need to tell them like a value, a discount, and then a special discount with signing that day. So we're on the phone with Josh, and it's like, hey, all right, this is what we do. Remember, we want to ask commitment questions before we give any pricing. Okay, if I was able to get you, you know, from our conversation, Josh, you're looking for a logo, a website, business cards, and all of this. Is that correct? Yes. Okay, so I've bundled all of this into this package. You're looking at it. Does this look like the perfect package that would accomplish everything you need? Yes. Perfect.
Now let's get into pricing, okay? This typically is a $6,500 value, okay? We've got it marked down and we're running ads on it for $4,000, okay? That's what you responded to,
Right.
because they're not gonna
Right.
click. But today we are running an incentive, and that's where we can talk about how we word that. Remember last night we were talking about the don't waste our time incentive. Look, let's settle, all the back and forth.
Right.
I'll give you $500 off. It's $3,500, half up front, half at completion, if you commit today.
Yep.
We need to go through our commitment link, our commitment section before we get into the closing. The closing is just strictly the price to see if we can give them a discount, and if everything makes sense and this looks like a good fit, do you want to move forward today? If they say yes, then what we need to do is perfect. Hang tight real quick. We're almost done with our call. While I'm putting together the invoice to send it over to you, I want to give you a rundown of what to expect next, right? I'm going to send you this invoice via email. Once you pay it and you and I get off of our call, you're going to be reached out by Nicole. Nicole is going to be your point of contact from this point moving forward, and she's going to onboard you through Basecamp. And then, of course, we'll begin the onboarding process, probably going to be the most involved you have to be over the course of the next week. It's going to require a lot of communication and such. So, and then by the time we finish that, hopefully we can say, did you get the invoice in your inbox? You did? Okay, perfect. If you could go ahead and either pay that now, or I can take your card information over the phone.
Yep.
That's kind of the flow. We'll work in the in-between after all of this.
Yep.
And you can kind of like write your own flip. So again, we want to build a funnel, right?
Yep.
So we want to start up here. Basically what we want to do is we want them to think about their problems, think about their goals, see the solution, be inspired that we provide that solution, and commit and sell themselves. It's just we want to take them through the funnel. So bullet points here would be rapport, setting the expectation, build trust, find pain points, past results and solutions, commitment length in the process, closing. That's what we want to do.
Okay.
So as far as the type form and appointment setting thing, I think that that's just something that we train on, say for example, like Peyton, or that fact, anyone in here,
Could then follow that.
in case somebody gets a call, and that can be more of like the objective to really set a call, pre-qualify a client and preset a call. I don't know that this right here, this would be strictly for attempt to close. So I don't think we were.
I think that's what was confusing me.
What?
The using the type form to begin with. It was more of like the pre,
Yeah, because then if basically what he was doing was asking the candidate questions, but we weren't getting enough information to
From
know what to
that.
send them. So I'm asking the same questions
questions.
to then have to go and build another custom quote to send them to set another call.
Yeah.
I would say if
It's
it's not
too much.
realistic, because I understand pricing points, especially some of these packages and some of the commitments, when you're paying a company monthly or, you're paying a couple grand for a product, it might be harder to commit to that on the phone right then, although we want them to. But I would say that we should never try to go beyond a 2-call close.
Right.
Hopefully we can get them on the first call, but
To show
again, we
promise.
run into things where they have partners or they want
Right.
to, find out the best. So with that, that's where we just have to preset the call. So for example, Brittany, her and her husband just want to pick which package they want tonight. I said, okay, perfect. Will you have a decision by tomorrow? Yes, we will. Okay, perfect. So I'm going to call you tomorrow. Is that okay? Yes. Okay, perfect. Well, I will send you everything tonight, and tomorrow I will call you, and we will go ahead and get the right package for you confirmed, and I'll get you onboarded after that.
Call me so you can sell me.
Us at this table,
Someone just called
just
me.
business.
That was funny.
Okay? When we leave
Should I
here,
answer
we'll be
this?
wife. Answer it live on the podcast.
Hello, this is Jenna. How may I help you? Hello.
Okay, hang up. We got shit to do. All right.
I thought you said you.
I want to answer the phone now. I want to talk on the phone. So I'm calling you.
You're so
Go ahead.
annoying.
Can you answer before I get voicemail? All right, step 1. Step 1 is you don't answer. What do I do right after?
You called 2 times.
Call you again, right? We should do it up to 3 times, right?
3 times.
I think so.
Sure. Sense of urgency.
Do you think 3 times back to back to back?
And if they don't answer, then we shoot them a text
Then
message.
you shoot them a text message. If they answer on the 2nd or 3rd ring, okay, that's what we're going to do right now. I just called you 3 times back to back. Answer.
Okay.
Let's start the role play.
Okay. Hello, this is Jenna. What? Oh, you're on your
Yeah,
phone.
I'm not. I want to talk to her in my ear now. I got my pods in. Hey, Jenna. Sorry, I didn't expect that I was actually going to talk to you. Sorry about calling you back to back. I was trying to leave you a voicemail, and I got disconnected, but I'm glad I have you. Is now a good time?
Sure.
All
I have
right.
a few minutes. Just a
Perfect.
few, though.
Or we're on a booked appointment.
Okay.
So, hey, Jenna, it's Ryan. I was
Yep.
just calling with One Source
a
for our
great
12
time.
o'clock appointment.
Yep, I'm ready for you.
Awesome.
I'm really
awesome.
excited to speak with you.
I'm excited too. So, where are you located?
I'm in Lake Mary, Florida.
Lake Mary, Florida.
Yeah.
I live in Lake Mary, Florida.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Maybe I've seen you around.
Maybe so. What's your favorite? My favorite place to eat is
I'm not going there.
no.
No, I'm not
No,
getting.
just
I'm not getting
No.
cahoozled.
But well, I appreciate you taking the time to be on the phone
Thank you.
and
You're welcome.
in talking to One Source Branding
Mm-hmm.
and Media about the services. So before we dive in here, I just want to give a quick rundown of the phone call so that you know what to expect and let you know how this typically goes. Because my job here is to make sure that I learn about your business, learn about your goals, so that we can see if we can help you or if we can't. Worst case scenario,
Right.
if we cannot help you, I want to do my best to point you in the right direction.
Well, thank you so much. I do appreciate that.
No, absolutely, absolutely. We want it to make sense, right?
Right.
But on both sides. So, if I find out that Jesus Christ, Jenna, turn your phone down when you're on a call with me.
Oliver Hernandez in 5 minutes.
You have a call?
No, you do. You
Okay.
texted me
I'll
Oliver
handle it.
Hernandez.
I got it.
5 minutes.
So, if we find out that we're a good fit, and you like everything that you hear, then I'll dive more on into the culture of our business, what you can expect, past results, and then of course the important thing, which is packaging and pricing. And we'll try to accomplish all of that on this call so that we don't go back and forth or waste time or have to take too much time moving forward.
Okay.
So now I will get into the questions with you, right? So I do like this part, so I might just say it because I like this.
You like
right?
this
So-
part,
So,
okay.
So I just want to, now is when I want to learn a little bit about your business.
Okay.
Your goals are basically what we work off of, so I need to understand exactly what it is that you're trying to accomplish.
Right.
In order to know that. And by the end of this, hopefully, partnering with One Source Branding and Media will be the easiest decision that you've ever made.
Wow.
Okay.
I'm excited.
And if not, it's my fault, not
okay.
yours.
Okay. Wow.
Sound good?
Man's never told me that before.
Okay, perfect. Well, you haven't met this man named Ryan McNutt, okay? No. All right, my first question is, why the Rose Lake Mary and why a marketing company now?
So currently, we are doing the bare minimum when it comes to marketing efforts. We don't find ourselves being able to find the time to be as consistent with our marketing efforts. And so we have searched multiple companies to help us remain consistent with our ideas and our flow and really manage our budget in the right areas.
So, in interviewing all of these companies, why have you not selected one?
I'm not sure.
Okay. Well, I mean, if a client asks that,
Well,
we want
sure.
to know, right? 'Cause
Yeah, no, we
that's
wanna
more-
know. That's
more
more-
that we'll learn
Well,
about
right,
the
just because
client.
like the other guy I asked, I spoke to someone and I was like, well, what did they quote
Correct.
you? I can beat that.
Well, and maybe not jump to the beat that.
Well, no, but
we
I mean,
wanna,
you know what I mean.
The main thing here, before we continue this, is we want to just ask questions.
Right.
not give them something.
Right.
Because if we ask enough questions, they will sell themselves completely.
Because we're asking all of the
Because
right
that's
questions.
the ultimate thing
really
of-
getting to know
about
them.
funnel sales, right? Basically, it's like by the end, they have no real choice
Right.
unless they just aren't about it, right?
Okay.
So anyway, I'm sorry I went into that one, but
No, it's okay.
that's what I would ask if they said that.
Okay.
You want to just dive. You just want to dig deep, deep, deep.
Deep.
We're not selling them anything.
Right.
All right. Okay. Well, so without you, really doing any major marketing efforts, you've mentioned that you've been putting in the bare minimum. Obviously, it hasn't really affected you negatively, right? You're still you're getting
Right.
by.
Yep.
Right. So ready to go to the next level. With that being said, what is an average annual revenue for you?
Sure.
I'm going to give you some options, but I
Okay.
also know that sometimes this part can be uncomfortable, talking about your revenue. But I do want to. I want you to understand why I asked this. One is because that's the reason why you're on the call with us, is to
Right.
move the needle.
Make more money.
We don't know how to move the needle unless we understand what your goals are, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the revenue thing, we like to get it out in the beginning,
Right.
because this is going to help us understand everything else that we talk about. So. Are you 50 to 100, 100 to 250, 300 to 500, or a million and plus?
100 to 250.
Okay, so currently you're doing 150 to 250,000 per year. Is that correct?
Correct.
All right. Would in 3 months' time to 6 months' time, right? You hire on a marketing company. You're doing everything that you need to do. You're ramping up your marketing. What would be your goal within the next year to increase from where you're currently at?
Double.
You want to double your business.
I want to double my
Okay.
business.
So you want to basically let's just
$250,000.
shoot high. Well, you already do
Or
a
I
quarter.
mean, I failed college algebra.
So you
$500,000.
you want to hit a $500,000.
$500,000.
Okay. Perfect. So just to confirm, you're currently at 250,000. You want to get to a $500,000 a year. So that's a $250,000 gap.
Yep.
Okay. Where I'm reassuring
Okay.
that I understand what you're doing,
Yep.
and I'm letting you know what you have to break down, because people don't break that money down.
Mm-hmm.
All right. What is the average value of a customer? Meaning, what does an average customer spend
Mm-hmm.
for your service?
About $250, $300.
Okay. So $250,000 is the number that you want to add to your revenue. Based on your average price, that's approximately 830 customers over the course of a year. Okay? If we divide that by 12 months, that's an additional 70 customers per month that you would really need to bring into your doors to hit your goal. So I can see you hitting this. That's definitely a goal worth reaching, and I think 70 customers, although is a lot, I think it's something we can help you get to. So let's say that we do hit that goal. Okay, 6 months to 9 months from now, we are hitting that 70 client per month goal. What does this do for you and your business, and why is that important to hit that number?
So it will then allow us to reinvest into our business, to then grow our services, invest in further equipment, invest in further trainings, in further education. To then our long-term goal is to duplicate our locations in different areas.
Nice. So taking that revenue and really expanding your business and scaling your business to another level is the main purpose.
Purpose.
That's awesome. So let's say, again, we're able to hit that goal and help you accomplish that goal over the next year. Realistically speaking, is that something that you can handle right now as far as service providing and fulfillment?
Yes.
Okay. Confident in that.
Confident.
Okay. Now, obviously, there's a ton of different things that you can invest in. Okay. There's a lot of different things that are important to drive growth to your business. But when you're talking specifically about digital marketing and what we offer as a service on a commitment level of you accomplishing that goal, on a commitment level of you hiring and taking the digital marketing aspect of your business serious, on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate yourself?
10.
10? Perfect. So you're very committed. Awesome. Now, my last question for that is,
Very
in the
committed.
ideal relationship with you and a marketing company, how would you define that as a successful relationship? What's most important to you out of that?
Communication, transparency.
Okay. More so than anything else.
Yep.
Okay. So, well, with that being said, we've put 2 things in place because that's a very common thing. One is we are all in office. And so with that being said, we have a designated customer service pilot that we have in office named Nicole. And we actually, her role is to simply communicate with you and make sure that you're being communicated with. And if anything, we might over communicate with you. So,
Okay.
and then as far as transparency, we've also eliminated that issue by putting in positions like Nicole and making sure that you're getting weekly check-ins, bi-weekly check-ins, or monthly check-ins based on the level of package that you decide to go with.
Okay.
We also provide you reporting and updates on how all of your advertising efforts are going. Okay? Well, the good news is I definitely think that we can help you. We definitely think that this is something that we can move forward with. Before I go into our pricing and packages, I would just like to pull up some client results. Okay? Review with you some of the work that we've done.
Perfect.
At this point, I would choose either the development side where I would show them the Rose and Rogue and all of these different things that we've developed, or I'll go into screenshots of
Accounts.
call volume,
Yep.
website increase, and we're just basically going to walk them through that. You know, this could take all day. I just want to take 5 minutes. So this business, if you see here, we took them in 90 days from here to here. Their focus was social media, or their focus was website.
Yep.
Show them the results. Okay.
Okay.
Now we want to get into the pricing and packaging. Okay. And that is where we really want to send that to them. So I'm going to email you over 3 options that I think will be best for you.
Okay.
I'm going to give you an option to start with up to the full kit.
Right.
Okay. And then there's an in between. So once you pull those up, we'll walk through those.
Okay. And we're giving them different links for each one, correct?
We'll
'Cause these are going to
pre-create
be
those.
pre-created.
Yeah. So then you'll know off of the service, like I have in the
What
folder.
links, right,
Okay. I'm going to go
exactly.
marketing, and I'm going to give them the
This
gold
link.
through the platinum.
Right.
Because
different
too, we
links.
can factor that in with revenue.
Yeah.
Because you get a big boy like Ducati, right? You don't want to give them the same packages that we're sending to, a local roofing company. You want to send them the big packages. So that'll help us determine that.
Okay.
So, all right. So now we're going to get into the nitty gritty. This is going to help you make a decision by the end of this phone call.
Okay.
Because again, we want to reassure them and drive into them.
Right.
We want a decision here. Okay. So real quick, I'm going to email you these packages over. We're going to review them together. Once they open up those packages, that's when we're going through. All right, we're going to do this, and this, because that exact package is going to reflect the service agreement.
Right.
So we're keeping control of that.
Right.
Everything is the same. Then I would say that we make our recommendation. Now, as you're sitting here looking at these 3 packages, I do want to be very upfront with you about a few things. 70 clients is pretty aggressive. Okay. We have to figure out how soon are you trying to get there.
Right.
So we can take the approach of starting on the smaller package side and working our way up over the course of 90-day phases. Or you can go right for the gusto. I don't know your budget and what's best for you. What I always recommend and what I would recommend to you is the middle tier. The
Okay.
middle tier is a good place to start. It's
Okay.
going to drive results, but it's also going to give you an idea of how we work, how we perform, and you'll be able to gauge in 90 days if it's working. Then we can work our way up to the highest package, which is going to get us to the goal. Starting off on the lower package, it's going to be harder. This isn't necessarily a result-driven package as much as the middle. So the middle place is a good place to start.
Okay.
Okay. And then that's basically when we want to go in for the kill.
The kill.
What's your feedback on these 3 packages and which one is most appealing to you?
Gotcha.
Well, I like the middle one. Okay, perfect. Now, I do think we should mark our prices up a little bit so that we can give them an incentive.
Okay.
Or we use the development side. Okay, so
Yeah,
here's...
we use that because naturally, not 95% of people are going to need a makeover.
Yep.
I like
So-
that approach instead.
So then we do that, right? So then we'll go over to the other things. Also the contract. We don't require a contract. We
Yep.
require 90 days and all of that. Now, as far as getting started, we don't normally offer discounts and incentives. These packages are what they are because of the amount of work and effort that goes into it. And we don't want to cheat your marketing efforts.
Right.
With that being said, though, we also have a time is money discount that we do offer on these calls. And what that is time is money. So rather than going back and forth and sending emails back and forth and us talking back and forth for weeks, taking up all of your time, taking up our time, when we are working with a lot of other clients, we can skip all of that by you committing today. And that time is money discount, I will waive all of the website development and development fees. So we're going to design you a brand new website with this commitment. We're going to update your social media, your GMB. We're going to refresh your brand. This is typically, a $3,500 to $5,000 package that people choose. We're going to waive it. It's a part of the 90-day commitment if you commit today. So with that being said, are you willing to move forward with the diamond package with One Source Branding and Media for the Rose today?
I do.
I'm going to send you something for your invoice. Also, keep in mind, you're going to get a receipt. All of this is tax deductible, so make sure you send that. But while I'm putting your information into the invoice system right now through QuickBooks, I'm going to run you through the expectations of what the rest of this is going to look like. So now we're doing their invoice, right? Or we can pre-make it and have it ready. It just depends.
Yep.
You're taking them through the onboarding call is going to be on Friday with Nicole. She's the point of contact,
Yep.
blah, blah. Did you get your invoice? Perfect. All right, you can either pay that manually through that email or you can give me the card over the phone. I'm ready to go when you are,
Okay.
right?
Yep.
That's the flow.
Okay.
Woo!
Perfect.
What you're doing.
Sure I do. Put something on it. I sell ice in the winter. I sell fire in hell. I am a hustler, baby. I sell water to a well. I was born to get cake. Move on and switch stage.
You don't know what you're doing.
Will. Nah.